$1 trillion in credit card debt.
Yikes. Less than 20% of the people out there even have $500 saved up in case something bad happens.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. You actually don't have to have a car loan. All 5 of them that have left have had more than $10,000 saved up.
Why isn't that the norm?
Yeah, it should be the norm. I think there's a few reasons.
We are talking to Greg Merced. He's a certified financial planner, and guess what? October is actually financial planning month, and here in Ohio, under Ohio law, the graduating class of 2026 actually is gonna have to earn a half credit of financial literacy to be able to graduate. So we're gonna talk to him about what kids and young adults need to know to be successful in their finances in the future. Here in Ohio, the class of 2026 will be the first to have to get a credit in financial literacy.
Good, it's about time.
Right.
Right?
It is about time. I didn't have financial literacy in my classes growing up.
I took French and I haven't used it since. And I got a D, I think. I don't know.
I
but
took
why
French
do we do
for
this?
so many years and I was so bad at it. Okay, that makes me laugh. Okay, but why do you think in America we don't have financial literacy classes? Why isn't that the norm?
Yeah, it should be the norm. I think there's a few reasons. Number one is I think a lot of teachers don't feel all that comfortable teaching it because it can get a little complex and they're maybe not the best at it themselves. So I think that happens. And then I think parents kind of expect it to happen, but then they're too lazy to like maybe make it happen themselves. Even if they do it in school, let's say you learn some stuff about personal finance or economics or something, you need the practical application of this stuff.
Okay.
And like I believe that kids learn best by doing. Like
Okay.
they need to do this stuff, not just learn about it on videos or listening to their teacher. They got to do it.
Yeah.
And when they do it, they're much more invested and it sticks.
There's probably different ages, right? When I was growing up, I had an allowance, the value of $1.
Yeah.
My parents took me to open up our savings account together. I know.
Good job, parents.
But here's the thing. Now I'm a perpetual saver. No one ever taught me how to invest.
Cheapskate. You're just saving everything.
Right. But I'm not making my money work. So I guess my question is, at what ages or do you think some things are so appropriate when it comes to saving, allowances? I mean, now there's 401ks, Roth IRAs.
All the things.
Like, when are you supposed to know what to do and when? Because even as an adult, that gets overwhelming for me.
Yeah. So let's think about it this way. The nature of money has changed, okay? You mentioned dollars and cents. Like, we don't even carry that stuff around anymore, right?
No,
we don't have
only my
a
card.
wad of cash. Yeah. Exactly, right? We don't have coins. Like, it smells, it's gross. So we have to change the way that we teach kids about money. And we have to teach them in a digital way. Now, instead of like putting money in a pig, right, or envelopes or something, we have to teach them electronically so that they see when the numbers change on the screen, oh, something happened, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to start really early. So to answer that question, I think 5 is a good age. I know that seems like really young. Start teaching them when they're 5 years old. That decade between 5 and 15 is super critical. Because once they turn 15, believe me, they think they know everything, right? And they're not going to listen to you. So you got to nail it within
And
that decade.
because you have 6 of these children.
Yeah, I got some wounds, I know this stuff. So get it right in that decade, and you're going to really set them up for success. 5 of ours have left the nest, okay? And all 5 of them that have left have had more than $10,000 saved up. Like, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not because, woohoo, I'm the best and I was paying him $200 to wash the minivan, right? This is not the case. But if you teach them young fundamental principles, it sticks.
The world right now, interest rates are still going to go up, or that's what they're predicted to do.
Yeah.
I guess I
think
should never...
yesterday, the 30-year mortgage hit 8%.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah, it's
fun
good.
times to be buying a house or a car or any of that.
Right.
I do think it's important for kids to go to college depending on what they want to do.
Yeah.
And you don't want to scare them or like say you can't, but how much should they know before they go if they need to take out loans? And do they just need to know the truth?
They got to know all this stuff, right?
Okay.
I believe that kids need to know, from when they're little all the way up till teenagers, they need to understand a balanced financial approach. Okay, and what I mean by a balanced financial approach, you don't just earn your money and blow it all, right?
Right.
Earn and burn it is what I call it. They need to earn it, and then they need to break it up into three distinct and separate areas.
Okay.
The first is saving and investing. This is where they, like you said, you're a saver, right? Saving, and then you have to learn how to invest, put that money to work, right? Understand that. Then sharing is where you give some money to charity or something, church, whatever, that makes you believe, reinforces that you're not the only thing in the whole world. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest. So this save, invest, share, and spend philosophy is a balanced financial approach. And if they can get that as a habit when they're younger, it just stays there. And if you think about it, that is how we kind of function as adults. We go out, we earn some money. We usually save and invest, usually like in a checking or a saving account or a 401k or something.
Yeah.
We share with church, charity, something we care about. And then we spend the rest. We usually use a card or in our phone now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're trying to teach here when they're younger, so that this all sticks.
How many people are financially responsible in your eyes in America right now? Because we don't have most of us didn't have financial literacy classes. Mm-hmm. Most of us are just trying to keep our head above water, I would say.
Yeah, I think especially now with
and
inflation.
what is it? $1 trillion in credit card debt.
Yikes. We were talking about this.
Yes.
$1 trillion in credit card debt. This is the first time ever. That's 12 zeros. Like that.
I was going to
so
say, I don't
many,
even know how many
blows your
zeros that
mind,
is.
right? So much. So credit cards are a problem. I think a lot of people are using them as the stopgap, right? They're not quite making enough money for what they need to, live on. Who knows? I think the current generation, we're kind of stuck, right?
Yeah.
And to answer your question specifically, less than 20% of the people out there even have $500 saved up in case something bad happens.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. So we got to change that for the next generation because they can't keep doing what we're doing right now, which is $1 trillion in credit card debt and $33 trillion in national debt. It's like, what? Like, how do you even pay the interest on that? Imagine.
But, okay, you just used the word imagine. I was about to use that word in a different sense. It sort of has just become imaginary money to me.
Yes. Talking heads are saying, billion, trillion. What was it? Billion or trillion? Like, these are huge differences, and we're just becoming a little numb to all this. And when I call what they're doing right now is spending OPM, other people's money. Okay, spending OPM is kind of fun, and it's kind of easy, right? It's like, it's not mine, so what the heck, let's do it. OPM is addictive. It's really problematic, and so we really have to try to help the next generation. I know I keep going back to them because I think they're where we have a little hope, right?
Yeah.
Teach them that OPM is not the norm. Like, if you want something, like, bust it out and go get some money and then buy you that thing. And then when, the kid buys a scooter because he saved up for a month and just leaves it in the driveway and gets run over by the car, like, that's going to hurt. Like, it's going to be like, oh my goodness, I had to shovel dog poop and clean the car and, all these things. That's where it really starts, like, crystallizing for a kid.
Yeah.
And that's how you change behavior.
Most people's lives revolve around getting loaned money.
Yeah.
Your car payment, your mortgage, that is all money we don't have. We're paying it down. Give me 3 things that you think we can change right now with this generation to maybe turn the tides for future generations.
Right. So here's the first one. I would say that balanced financial approach is super important because they need to learn that they need to save some of their money. Okay. And save it for something in the future. Okay. So the balanced financial approach, number 1. Number 2, I think you need to try to change their mind. Like, you actually don't have to have a car loan. Like, I know that everybody just thinks automatically, oh, I got to have a car loan. Like, my family growing up, my parents never had a car loan. They always bought a car with cash. We probably didn't have the fanciest car around, but it was reliable, it worked, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think I did? Same thing, right? I've never had a car payment. And we don't maybe have the fanciest car around, but I don't have a $700 or $900 payment a month, right?
Right.
We got to just start changing that, and I believe that kids should drive a junker when they're 16 anyways.
Okay.
So that they learn, oh my goodness, like, it won't start. They have to figure that out,
Resiliency.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and just let it be a hunk of junk, you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want it totally unsafe, maybe a little unsafe, but but you know, they got to learn that kind of stuff.
Right, right.
So we got to change that whole mindset. And when it comes to school, I think it's the same thing. There are a lot of times where I think we could go to school. We could go to community college. We can save money there. Tons of online options these days that you can knock out those general classes and not pile up debt sky high.
Yeah.
So be smarter with that, but you got to change the mindset with the younger generation. Instead of, oh, I'm going to school, I guess I'm going to be $200K in debt. Like,
Yeah.
wait, what? You don't have to. No, you got to just change the mindset and not think just because it's been done one way, it's got to always be that way.
Right.
You don't always have to get a car loan. You don't always have to have a student loan. You don't always have to do all these things. So,
Yeah,
break
if
the
it's
mold.
not working, that is when we start to fix it.
It's clearly not working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Greg Merced, everyone, the CEO of Busy Kid and founder, correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And also a financial planner. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you. Local 12 has more consumer stories just like this. Don't forget to click the links and press subscribe.